The biggest market for polyethylene film in North America exceeds 2 billion pounds a year. My name is Jim Callari. I'm the editorial director of Plastics Technology magazine. I'm joined today by Kevin Huntsman. Kevin is the president of market research firm Mastio Co, which last year finalized a comprehensive study on polyethylene film markets in North America. So that number one spot, I think maybe this is the third time in the years you've done your study, I could be wrong on that, is stretch film, which is some blown film, some cast film. Kevin, shed some light on the stretch film market for us if you can.
You know, it's a very interesting market. It doesn't sound like it's that dynamic, but really when you think about it, it's one of the more rapidly evolving markets that we look at. I mean, when you think about stretch film, you're thinking about the hand wrap stretch, machine rotary, stretch hooder films is a big piece where there's a lot of growth on the hood film. So we do break those out in the report and look at those separately. But obviously for today's discussion, we'll think about it as a group. But when you think about it, you're looking at a market that's over 2.5 billion pounds, Jim, that, as to your point, is primarily cast with some blown, almost really an 80-20 split. And then when you think about coax, you're looking at an 85% plus coax market with 15% monolayers. So that just shows
85% coax.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of the top 10 that we have covered, other than the barrier markets, that's probably the highest percentage of coax.
It is, and it is. And I think that just lends itself to just the engineering that goes into these stretch films. Again, when you think stretch films, you don't think heavily engineered product, but you really do see a lot of innovation, Jim, that it's made its way into this market and will continue to do so.
Yeah, you know, when I came into this industry and started to learn about stretch film, I thought of it as like a commodity film. It was this is 30 years ago. It was predominantly single layer. The distinction was blown film was primarily for hand wrap, cast film was primarily for machine wrap, but you know, these were not like technically advanced films. Now that's completely different. I mean, new capacity that's coming on stream is 9 layers, 11 layers, highly engineered, thinner, faster. Nano layer technology, which is more popular in Europe, is starting to find its way here. What can you tell us about materials technology? A lot of metallocene materials that would.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is definitely. We even see some superhexene coming into this market as well. But you're looking at linear low, Jim, approaching 90% of this market, and we had 20 plus companies, converters that we profiled. And this is another market where the top 5 hold over 80%.
Yeah.
So really a handful of major players that are using a lot of linear low density polyethylene.
All right, that's going to wrap up our series on the top 10 markets for PE film. Again, this video series, you can catch up on all 10 installments on the Plastics Technology YouTube channel, on the Plastics Technology LinkedIn page, and also on my personal LinkedIn page at Jim Callari. We did it in reverse order from 10 to 1. Stretch film number 1. We're not quite done yet. We have one more video that we want to get to you next week, and that is going to look at the fastest growing market for polyethylene film. And again, it's going to be based on research done by Kevin over at Mastio & Company. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Jim.
All righty. Bye-bye.